Yeah, like, okay, first there's the M. You might recognize this if you see my... Ireland. Oh, it's west, north. Oh, it's a compass. Never mind. Yeah. What I noticed is Malahide, because this area was settled by Thomas Talbot. Tell us about Malahide.
Well, Malahide is a town in North County Dublin, and there's a castle that the Talbot family lived in before they moved over here to Canada. So there's a real strong link between here and Malahide in Ireland, and I actually lived near Malahide, which is actually a really hoity-toity, well-to-do area now, but I think it's really interesting that I can come over here and see parts of Malahide.
Yeah. And when I visited you in Ireland, in March, we went to the Malahide Castle, and the family, Talbot was one of what, 4 children or something?
Yeah, I think so.
4. He was the youngest. He was the 4th son. A few years after his father died, he went here. He got land as they did, and he settled this area. Called it after himself, Colonel Talbot. He was known as eccentric, and I don't know. He was kind of a jerk face to some things. If you didn't like it, he penciled you out, and you lost your land, and he gave it to somebody else. But see, London is an area here. I don't know. The sun's washing that out. That London, Ontario is a city nearby. That's the big city for St. Thomas.
What I think is most funny about the Talbot family in Malahide, Ireland, is that they weren't liked by the Irish, so they were kind of like hiding out.
Yeah,
from the Irish army that wanted them to get out. Like.
Yeah. And people don't know that, eh?
People don't know that. Bit of history.
Yeah, so there's a bit of. That's the neat thing about doing this collab, this hashtag sttont, because
we've got the Irish connection.
Yeah, we've got that. We've got that. So, for those who didn't know, St. Thomas was settled by. Thomas
Engine Talbot.
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, you're getting the facts here. Thomas the Tank Engine Talbot. But that Malahide caught my eye because a lot of these places in the area were named by Talbot. Named them after a lot of the places he knew, and definitely. So there you go. Definitely named them. Okay, so there we go. That's our bit of history bit here in Pinafore Park. Beautiful. What were you saying?
So remember the episode of Sex and the City where they go to this pizza joint and they get pizza and they wipe the grease off with a napkin? I'm about that life.
Yeah.
I wipe my pizza down with a napkin. I say as I eat a banana.
I eat pizza with a fork and knife.
You're like Seinfeld, man. Eat a bar of chocolate and a donut with a fork and knife. That was such an awesome episode.
I'm a fork and knife pizza person. So it's a beautiful day. We're on this trail. It's a memorial walkway to somebody or another. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, I'm not near the sign. But as you can see, it's well used. This city needs things like this. You know, there was one that was between Casso and the railway that would go along the city like this way, but not here. And it was well used and great for the location where I'm living to get across town without having to take Talbot Street or Wellington. But then they tore it all up when the tracks were torn up. Kind of there went that cooperative sort of spirit. But this here has been built, and it's lovely. Isn't it lovely?
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Honey is like really, she wanted to run and now she's not drinking though.
No, she won't drink.
But she was very happy. She wanted to gallop, but we're making her take a break. But this there's also, if you want more history, there's lots of videos. There's some videos on about this stuff. We passed where, you know, the rubble and ruins is barely visible. Are seen of from railway history in this town. I probably should stop talking now. As I was saying, there's a lot of history in this town, this city, this so-called railway capital of Canada, and you know, it's had a lot of economic hardship, and a lot has been neglected. But seeing initiatives like this it just makes me feel good. It makes people feel good in the city that want to use it. People of all sorts use these pathways to get through town. And we need more things like this because it's not a very pedestrian or cyclist friendly city. It's all about vehicles, and we don't really have a good transit system. Not to bash the city, but the buses
something we will definitely
address.
Go in depth
Yeah,
in a separate vlog.
Oh yeah, because getting out of the city, yes, talking about if you want to travel out of the city and you don't have a vehicle, it's yeah. So anyway, this is just a brief clip to tell you that this trail is awesome. Stuff like this is great. As you can see, what is left of a line there. So we were talking, what we were just talking about.
I was just saying like how much I love this trail. Like it's really good surface for walking and riding. It's great for the dog too. And it would be great like if there were more trails, like one that went diagonal across the city, like from Pinafore up towards the other end of the city. And then like it would be great if they re-established the one that goes between Talbot and Wellington. That would be super.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for people like us who want to avoid the busyness of
Wellington and Talbot. Yeah, because they're so heavy traffic, Wellington traffic, and they're not very
safe.
Yeah, it'd be more safe, and people definitely enjoy these. Like, you haven't seen many people, but this is a small town, but there have been people, and you see all sorts of people try to use these. And when I lived in this city before, we had a trail going this way along for the Casso station, you know, and it was wonderful. And now this is even better because you can go all the way to the edge of town.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's fantastic that you can go from the edge of town into
downtown where they've got it down where it's really nice and pretty, where they built a replica.
To stop and rest
exactly.
Well,
yeah, they have benches along the way, and they've got this smooth service. It's really nice. Yeah,
really nice.
But yeah, it'd be nice if they did more of this. See, Port Stanley Terminal Rail, they were just doing some stuff over here. And it's great. That's just a little car doing work. And they're going to go out to Port Stanley, which is the lake town near here, Lake Erie. And I shouldn't be doing all this history in one vlog for one day. Oh look, graffiti right there. That's not good. What I wanted, I'll just show you one last thing because I can't keep doing all these videos for you guys. You'll be spoiled on the first video. Kidding. It's like, I want to run. I want to get out of the way of a skateboard. But this here, the grounds, what remains of Alma College. Again, Wikipedia. I'm kidding. I'll tell you about it sometime. We'll do an exploration. But Alma College burned down shortly after I moved away, like I think within even the month. Hello. And no, I had nothing to do with it, but Alma College, big part of St. Thomas history. For the longest time on Google Maps, it showed the fire on Google Maps when you did an aerial view. Seriously. And then they only recently changed the last time they did an update. So it was pretty big hit to the town as far, but they'd left it. One day I'll talk about how neglected buildings have a tendency to burn down in this town. yeah. We'll save that for a later vlog.
STTONT.
Yeah, hashtag STTONT. So here we are coming up to Wellington. We're gonna do. She's like, I'm doing the cool down.
More water. Come here.
She acts like we didn't give her any water on the trip. She had water the whole.
There she goes.
Oh, I turned away. You sneaky girl.
She likes laying on cool.
Sneaky girl. I was waiting for you to do the flop down, and you did it when I turned away.
Good girl.
Good girl.
She might do it again. You gonna lay down? Aww. Good girl.
She's so happy.
She's very happy.
We love you.
You're a good girl.
Such a good girl.
Aww.
Aww.
Yeah, she's tired.
Yeah.
She's wagging her tail though.
She's very happy. Yeah, you have a rest. You have a rest.
Aww.
You did so. Oh, where? She's like, oh, mommy, whenever.
She's about the life. She's all about that life.
I should get going. And cat life. There's a Vincent. That's my Vincent. In January, we adopted Vincent and Pico from a shelter. Yes. They're both out in the... And there you go. They're not brothers, but they act like it. Right, Pico? Yeah. So, my bike is back on the balcony, which is great. Oh, got a cool breeze, got to cool down. Hi there, Pico. Hi. Hi. I was outside in nature. And other more amazing things to come. What? This vlog is going to the cats and dogs.